I believe our movement has met with great success in shifting the narrative by naming prolonged solitary confinement as the torture it is. It's torture. We identify, train, and mobilize faith advocates drawn from our 300 national religious organization members, and we provide support for organizers with direct experience from our national network of solitary survivors who are serving as lead activists of almost every campaign, all toward the end of awakening the conscience of the nation with a loud moral voice.
We are best poised to lead this work because we have the expert voice of solitary survivors who have been there and experienced these policies firsthand and actually have true, effective insight as to what the solutions should be. Many of us are released and want to share our experiences, but don't know how our experiences can actually inform policy and legislation.
So my first time into solitary confinement, restrictive housing, whichever term, if I was originally sent there when I was 15, going on 16.
I'm passionate about this. This is personal for me. I myself was in solitary confinement for 4 years while incarcerated in the New York State prison. You break a spirit. This is not like healing a broken leg. You break a spirit, the person does not understand how to function like as if they were, among other people anymore. Some people never come back from that.
Ultimately, our work is about proximity and solidarity, bringing communities of faith and conscience into relationship with the true experts, those who have survived the torture of solitary confinement and their loved ones. It's this unique partnership of faith and religious communities and survivors working with many allies in the field who together will bring this torture to an end once and for all. Our work is the work of promoting human dignity, and it is the heart of that call that we uniquely bring to this movement. These long-standing relationships in the religious community have yielded effective leadership and continue to yield broad participation in campaigns at the state and federal level.
It's pretty powerful. I wish that on solitary confinement that all of us who were part of the writing of the report had this experience. Clearly, I think that a lot of the problem also is that our prisons and jails have become mental health hospitals.
Indeed. Our Humans Out of Solitary project seeks to amplify the voices of those who've been impacted by solitary confinement. 30 interviews across 30 different geographic locations, 30 different experiences, both men and women, and they're all saying the same thing. Solitary is torture.
I've seen people go to solitary for things as little as handing other people stuff, having too many cigarettes in their pockets. I've seen people go to solitary for talking back. I've seen people go to solitary for not having their shirt tucked in. I've seen people go to solitary for not having the right shoes in the gym. I've seen people go to the box for a lot of stuff, bro.
That is ridiculous.
And I believe that if you're truly going to empower people in this country, you have to not only give them a voice, you give them a platform, and then you give them the resources and support to do so. And that is exactly what we do across 20 different states. To this day, we have 105 survivors across 5 states and counting. One day, I hope for it to be 1,000 solitary survivors across the country. My job is to empower people to speak their truth to the powers that be. Take someone like Candy Haley, who served 3 years in Rikers Island. She was muffled, she was silenced, she was abused, told that nobody would believe her. And now she's at press conferences speaking her truth, fighting for all the other women's rights on Rikers Island who are now in a position that where she was once at. That is true empowerment.
We are excited to connect even more people to the growing movement to end solitary. Human empowerment matters, and the leadership of solitary survivors has been hugely impactful for state education and advocacy campaigns. We are excited to connect faith leaders and solitary survivors with other partners so that together they can collaborate to create humane alternatives to solitary. We can and must ensure the dignity of all people and ultimately make our communities healthier and safer.